One of the greatest thinkers of our time, Ronnie Coleman, said it best. Everyone wants to be an intellectual, but don't nobody want to lift no heavy-ass books. Gone are the days of early modernity, when bored aristocrats didn't have anything else to do than read entire libraries in their free time, which was all of their time, and also had the habit of establishing new branches of science as an evening's diversion. Nowadays, reading is seen as a last resort for when the devices we are enslaved to fail to tickle our dopamine receptors. While becoming a distinguished thinker is nearly impossible, since it feels like there are no more original ideas you could come up with. An ancient Greek already thought of it, a French or a German refined it, and an American picked it up and turned it into an unethical industry. Meanwhile, the life of a professional intellectual is bleak, consisting mostly of boring students to death and squabbling over citation metrics. If lucky, you may be paid to be part of a public circle jerk that either defends the status quo or fantasizes about vague alternatives as a means of mentally coping with the status quo. In any case, many people want to adopt the highbrow attitude, but without putting in the effort. After all, what really matters is not to be smart, but to seem smart, and also to be really opinionated, because that can give you lots of sex appeal, even when there is none to begin with. Just ask this guy. You're watching the Cynical Rants, the show that your academic integrity teacher doesn't want you to find out about. Tonight, a short guide on how to carry yourself as an intellectual phony. After this one, you'll be more ready than ever to impress Twitter with some platitudes. First of all, avoid genuine smart people. Yes, they're still out there, lurking in the shadows, learning Latin as a pastime activity, and having strong opinions about what Heidegger translator is the best. Stay at a safe distance from them, or you might catch something. Second tip, never read the authors you reference to in conversations or assignments, but reference as many as you can. To be fair, reading some of the canonical writers can feel like rubbing your brain against a grater, but thankfully, you don't need anything more than a 10-minute YouTube video, the Wikipedia article, and maybe some out-of-context passages from Brainy Quote to understand someone's lifetime of intellectual work. People that say otherwise are just blinded by the sunk cost fallacy. Third tip, have no humility. Criticizing blind faith is best done while never questioning the validity of one's own presuppositions. Yes, of course, materialism has no flaws. Was that the hard problem of consciousness? Never heard of it. On a similar note, never listen to things that contradict your own opinions. You already know you're right, so why bother? 5. Don't use buzzwords and jargon sparingly, use them aggressively, even if you don't really understand what the words mean. This may make your sentences incomprehensible, but the real message will still get across. You're smarter. So flex that vocabulary every chance you get, because being condescending and clear as mud is what the intellectual's life is all about. What could go wrong? 6. Treat debates as competitions, not as mutual efforts of reaching correct conclusions. A common myth is that you need to be right to win a debate, but nothing could be further from the truth. You just need to be more arrogant than the other person and to ad hominem the crap out of them. Making sure preemptively that you have a bigger crowd behind your back also helps a lot, because the majority is always right. 7. Be a hypocrite. Pay lip service to all the trendy social movements, but don't do anything to really advance their cause. Yeah, you care about the environment, but what you're gonna do? Buy less stuff? Just buy the greenwashed version instead. And if you really want to stand for something, apply the appropriate filter on your social media profile picture, because apparently that's all it takes these days. Was that? No, I'm not virtue signaling, I really am guilty of most of the things on this list. I just like to criticize the flaws I see in others and myself as a means of feeling better, without actually having to do anything about them. You've likely watched this video for the same reason, but it's okay, this is the internet. We're all hypocrites here. Well, that wraps it up folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next week also. Peace.